All right, Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemi Shai. Want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who do rule well. Salutations to the men of the Hopeland Saints elect. This is Makazar from the Trinidad camp. Just want to do a little edification for the elect's sake. And this lesson would be entitled, Are you a goat or a sheep? All right, and the inspiration from this coming from Matthew 25, which I'm about to read. So I'll get straight into it. This is Matthew chapter 25, verse 31. And when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations. Now these nations ain't talking about Esau, Jacob, and all the other nations. This talking about Israel have been gathered from all the nations, right? And he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come ye, blessed of my Father. So the ones that are gonna be on the right hand is the elect and the 130. Say, blessed, come ye, blessed of my Father. So they're going to be blessed. Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. So it's been prepared for Israel. All right. It says, For I was an hungered, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Because 2/3 of Israel, they ain't doing this. They forsook the Lord, and they forsook his ministers. Right. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Then shall the righteous say unto him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee an hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, you have done it unto me. All right, so you have to be careful how you deal with the Archium. All right, you have to be careful how you deal with the Archium. You can't be a nigger in this truth. All right, you can't be a nigger in this truth and expect to receive good from the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai. You can't abuse the flock and expect good things to come your way. Because the Lord gonna place you with the goat and not with the sheep. All right. Then shall he say, verse 41, Then shall he say unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was an hungered, and ye gave me no meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me no drink. You basically didn't want nothing to do with the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai. All right. He says, I was a stranger, and ye took me not in, naked, and ye clothed me not, sick, and in prison, and ye visited me not. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee an hungered, or athirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee? Then shall he say unto them, saying, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not unto one of these, of the least of these, ye did it not unto me. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous shall into life eternal. All right. So if you want to be a sheep and want to enter into life eternal, guess what? You have to do the right thing, as the scripture says. There's only one entrance. All right. There's only one entrance into this truth, into the kingdom. All right, you can't come in no other way. So you have to do right. You have to do good, and no evil shall touch you. You can't enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Shemi Shai without doing good. All right, if you're in this truth, you have to do your best. Really and truly, sometimes men mightn't see everything that they're doing wrong. So sometimes a brother might have to tell them about it. But come on, we're all grown men. We are all grown men, and you don't need everybody to tell you everything about yourself. Some things you would see for your own self, unless your eyes darken and you can't see nothing at all. All right, but the thing that you can't see when a brother tell you about it is to humble and accept what our brother just told you and work on it to better yourself. All right, because there's what the truth about. The truth is about growth. Hence the reason we under grace. So the Lord gave us that time to grow, so that we could better ourselves. All right. This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 20. It says, but in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and of silver, but also of wood and of earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor, the goats and the sheep. So are you a goat or are you a sheep? If a man therefore purge himself of these, purge himself for all wickedness, all unrighteousness, as the scripture said, the lust of the flesh. If a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work. All right. It says, flee youthful lusts, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace. All these things niggas don't have in them. With them that call on the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai out of a pure heart. So you have to call on to the Lord out of a pure heart. Iniquity and righteousness don't mingle. They don't mix. All right. Unto the pure is everything pure. And as the scripture said, wickedness proceeded from the wicked. He that doeth righteousness is righteous. So you can't be both. You have to be one or. All right. And if you want to enter into everlasting life, if you want to be a lamb of Yahweh Shemi Shai, then you have to rehearse righteousness sincerely, not just for face value. And then behind men's back, you have a wicked eye and wicked intentions. All right, because the Lord will reveal all that. You have to purge yourself of all them wickedness, because you'll get left behind. All right, you don't want to get left behind. This is Genesis chapter 4, verse 7. It says, if thou doest well, shall not thou be accepted. If you do well, you're going to be accepted. And if thou doest not well, sin lie at thy door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. All right. So if you don't do good, guess what? Sin lies at your door. And as the scripture says in Psalms 106 verse 9, it says, set thou wicked man over him, and let Satan stand at his right hand. So Satan will be your right hand and not the Lord. As the scripture said, I believe it's in Proverbs, it says thy right hand is the... Let me see if I could find it real quick. I just bear my second. Alright, so I can't remember it, but I believe it's in Proverbs and not in Psalms. Alright, but roughly paraphrasing is saying thy right hand is the right hand of iniquity. Alright, so when your right hand is supposed to be the righteous hand, guess what? Both hands it is being wicked. You know what? Just in case it's not in Proverbs. Nah, it's not. I can't remember which part it is. But, you know, if the only how say sin gonna rule over you is because, you know, you wicked within. And once you wicked within, you can't look to receive the kingdom of Yahweh Shemi Shai. You will be a goat. If you do well, all right, you will be accepted. And the Lord will take you up, and you will be in the chariots, and you will be considered a lamb and receive life everlasting. But if you do not well, then you're going to be cast off and destroyed. All right? You're going to be cast on all the work that you did in this truth, going to be in vain. All right? This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, verse 1. It says, do no evil, so shall no harm come unto thee. Depart from the unjust, and iniquity shall turn away from thee. Evil communication corrupt good manners. All right. So when you realize that there's something in your life that actually has you straying from the works of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and thinking carnally, thinking wickedly, guess what? Depart from it. It says, my son, sow not upon the furrows of unrighteousness, and thou shalt not reap them sevenfold. All right? So don't add sin unto sin. Don't do wicked. Don't do wicked, because guess what? The Most High, the Lord is not mocked. The Lord ain't dealing with that. You can't do wicked and expect to inherit the kingdom. You have to wash yourself. As the scripture says, as he is pure, so are we in this life. So are we in this life. Right? This is the book of Galatians chapter 6 verse 7. It says, be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So if you sow righteousness, you're going to reap righteousness. If you sow wickedness, you're going to receive that. All right? For he that soweth in the flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth in the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting. So if you sow in the spirit, means that if you be spiritual minded and not carnal minded, love the brotherhood and love Yahweh Hashem Yahshua above all, you're gonna reap life everlasting. But if your heart too much in this world and you're full of hatred and envy and better striving towards the Akim, guess what? Guess what? If you live in carnal, no, as much as we love woman, but if you basing your whole existence on woman, is that every 2 steps you take, every 2 words come out of your mouth is concerning a woman. You can't see a woman and leave her alone. Everything, no spiritual conversation comes out of your mouth. Everything is about woman. Everything is about money. Everything is about wine. Everything is about things of this world. Then guess what? You sowing in the flesh. You're sowing in the flesh, and you need to check yourself. All right? You need to check yourself. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 15, verse 1. A psalm of David. Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill? He that walketh uprightly and worketh righteousness and speaketh the truth in his heart. So you have to be sincere about this, not just face value. It have to be in you. He that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor, in whose eyes a vile person is contempt, but he honoureth them that fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. He that sweareth to his own hurt and changeth not. Hey, when you come into this truth, you swear into your own hurt. Because guess what? As witnesses of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, when you look up the word witness in the Greek, comes from the Greek word means martyr. So at some point, we might have to die for this. All right? So you can't change not. It says, he that putteth not out his money to usury, nor taketh a reward against the innocent, he that doeth these things shall never be moved. If you do well, you will be accepted. If you do these things, you will be accepted. Do good and no evil shall touch you. All right? And then you will be a sheep and receive everlasting life. All right? This is the final precept here. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. It says, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. All these things are things of the flesh. Nor thieves, nor covetous. He that thieves, let him steal no more. Covetous, you seeing your brother with something and you want it more than your brother. You can't be covetous. All right? Nor drunkards. You can't be drunkards. Guess what? As much as the scriptures, gives way to drink wine, it condones drunkenness. You can't be, and you, guess what? You can't be wanting to be drinking every single minute. It's a disgusting habit. You acting like as though wine becomes water to you. So every bit of money you have, it has to go to wine. That is disgusting. Gambling every minute is disgusting. It's disgusting. When you attach yourself to the things of the world so much, some people might say that is their vice, but vice is something unlawful. When you attach yourself to the world so much and that the worldly things become so in you, you're being drawn away from the truth. All right? No revilers, no extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And such were some of you. So we were once like that in the world, but now in the truth. But ye are washed, ye are sanctified, but ye are justified in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and by the Spirit of our power. All right? So now we've been made clean. And now we are waiting on the Lord preserving us until his coming. And now being preserved, we have to also preserve ourselves. And as Paul said, keep our body under subjection. Right? We have to keep our body under subjection because we have to make it out of here. And the only way to make it is only one entrance. All right? To rehearse righteousness so that the Lord could see us blameless when he comes. All right? So with that, I hope it was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. I want to give double honors to the apostles of great mercy and do rule well. Salutations to the men of the whole land, saying, say, elect. Is Makazar from Trinidad, come saying, Shalom and stay strong. Shalom.